Coming at your mouth with your blah blah blah. Zip your lip like a padlock and meet me in the back with the.
Hey guys, this is Katzen, Armand's vampire, whatever you know me as, Jordan. Hey, alright. Well, I've been doing some research, and some things have really been bothering me lately. This is my cat, Zogs, by the way. Zolet. But they've been really bothering me lately. Plus size cosplayers, okay? I'm a plus size chick, alright? I'm not gonna lie, alright? I'm pretty heavy. And then, I'm a cosplayer too. But I'm not stupid about it, like some of these people are that I'm seeing. Okay? If you are, you know, round enough, I'm allowed to say these things. I'm a fat girl, so before you guys start even saying crap to me, I already know. I'm fat, I'm allowed to say it. Alright? Got double chin going on and everything. Okay? What bothers me the most is when I walk around like cons and stuff, and I see these girls that are my size, bigger, sometimes a little smaller, walking around like sailor suits, Gunner Una costumes, all that kind of crap. And that's not okay. Where did you guys think that this was okay? Like, I'm not saying don't cosplay, because that would make me hypocritical. I cosplay all the time. But I'm saying be smart about it. Like, it's one thing to look into stuff and say, you know, this is what I like, this is what I want to do. Okay? If you want to be Sailor Moon or a Sailor Scout or whatever, I'm not really familiar with the show, maybe make the dress a little less clingy material. Use like cotton or something and not that spandex. Make the skirt a little longer. Because honestly, when you're that big, a short skirt is going to ride up in the back. I'm sorry, but I don't want to see all of that. Alright? Like I said, I'm a big girl too. Okay? But it just... And then I was on one of these, like, I was reading through some comments on these cosplay contests. Okay? And some of them were really, really mean. And that's, you know, wrong. Don't express yourself like that. Like, don't comment on somebody like, you're too fat to do this, okay? Which I know is essentially what I'm saying, but be nice about it. But, honestly, don't get offended when they say that, because you are a little too big to do it, okay? Like, if you wouldn't walk around outside like that, don't wear it to a con. Don't take pictures of it and post it online and get mad when somebody is like, you know, you're fat. You know, you're too fat to be this character. Because 9 times out of 10, you are too fat to be that character. Okay? Okay, my best friend and I are a cosplay group. She's like tall and skinny, and I'm short and fat. Well, I'm not really short, but I'm fat. Okay? And we look kind of funny at cons. I'm not gonna lie. But, take for instance, this year, one of our cosplays at NecoCon this year is going to be Howl's Moving Castle. She's going to be Howl. That's cool. Works for her. I'm going to be the Witch of the Waste. You know why? Because she's fat, and so am I. Alright? It's going to make me look a lot less like a jackass when I'm walking around as a fat person in a fat cosplay. That's what you're supposed to do. Alright? Like, I literally sat here for like 20 minutes tonight looking at a cosplay that I was thinking about doing. Thing from Final Fantasy 13, and I got to a point where I was like, no, I'm too fat to do that. Alright? I'm not going to sit there and humiliate myself. Alright? And it really kind of bothers me when these people sit here and they see what they're doing. Like, they see that they're way too fat to be doing any of this. Okay? And they're still sitting there doing it. And then cry about it when people say something. It's the internet. People are going to say mean stuff. I'm sure I'm going to get like 15 comments saying, hey, you're fat. Alright? I understand that. I am fat. That's what this whole talk is about. Alright? You know, we could lose weight. We could, if we wanted to. I frankly don't give a crap. Alright? I'm a waitress at a 24-hour diner. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to eat all night. You know why? Because it's taken out of my paycheck. And it's greasy, 24-hour diner food. Okay. You know? because I can't. So, it just bothers me that these people are sitting here saying all this junk. Like, boo-hoo, they said I'm fat. Boo-hoo, you know, I'm not that big. And then you other plus-size cosplayers are just making it worse by sitting here and saying, oh, it's okay, honey, you still look really pretty, don't worry about it. Okay, your face isn't the issue, alright? The fact that you're pretty isn't the issue. It's the fact that you're trying to be somebody you cannot be. And why does every plus-size person want to be a Sailor Scout? That's another thing that irks me. Like I mentioned before about the Sailor Scouts, I was on cosplay.com, I think, and like every plus-size woman in one of those cosplay chats was sitting there saying, you know, something about being Sailor Moon or Sailor Jupiter or Sailor Mars, whatever, okay? It's stupid. You're too fat. Like, it's people like you that give us a bad name. That sit here and take our time and think about, okay, what's too skinny for me to do? Okay? And what characters can I cosplay that are larger? Alright? Honestly, I know I sound really mean right now, but it's true, and you people need to realize it. There's a reason you're getting bullied online, and you just don't see it. And I hate it for you guys. I do. Okay? I didn't used to be this big. I've always been a big girl. I've been plus size since I was, like, young. Alright? I'm from Texas. That's what we do. Alright? Now I live in North Carolina. That's what we do. We eat. Alright? I'm Baptist, too. We gather, therefore we eat. Alright? That doesn't help anything. But I used to cosplay Riza Hawkeye. Was that a good idea? Probably not. But I did it. I'll admit to it. But I'm going to clue you in on something. I didn't do Riza Hawkeye in a miniskirt. Okay? Now, I did use one with a skirt. It was cheaper than the pants. And I'm all about saving money. But I made sure it went down to past my knee. Alright? Which looks a little better. I did Roy Mustang in a miniskirt for a while. But guess what? It wasn't a miniskirt. It was the same skirt that went below my knee. Okay? If anybody caught that reference, mad props to you. I'm just frustrated by all of you guys. Alright? It's hard to be a plus-size cosplayer because people are making bad decisions. Alright? Like I said, if the costume involves something you wouldn't wear it on the street to the mall or to school or to college or to work or whatever. Okay, like if there's booty shorts going on and there's just this getting covered, like up here up, you might need to take that home and think about it again before you wear it into that convention center. Because I don't want to see it. Alright? I am getting really, really fat though. I didn't used to be this big. I used to be like a size 16. I'm getting so big. This is my boyfriend's t-shirt. It's not okay. Anyway. It's just, like I said, I know about being plus size. I am plus size. I'm quite big, alright? And I accept that, I admit that, whatever, alright? This cat's hurting me. Anyway, just, like I said, I'm not saying don't cosplay, I'm saying be smart about it. Like, don't be stupid. Don't be one of those kind of people that sits here and complains about this, that, and the other thing, okay? Because somebody sat there and said, you know, well, you're fat, I can see your stretch marks through that costume. Then maybe you should consider using something to cover up those stretch marks and wearing a different costume. So, like, and I made the mistake of being Axel for a while. In my defense, it was a group cosplay and it was kind of decided for me. But, you know, that was a mistake. I have too round of a face to be Axel. I'm too fat to be Axel. Alright? From Organization 13. Okay? But I realized later I could be Lexaeus. Because Lexaeus is big. It also doesn't help that I wear glasses. You know? All of this stuff goes into account when you're looking for stuff. I hate it when these people are walking around and just, I get a flash of their junk because they're too big for their skirt. Or their boobs are popping out of their, their itty bitty little sailor suit. Or their itty bitty little, like, high school uniform that you don't really need to be wearing because you're not in high school and you're definitely not a size 2. Okay? You might be a size 2 in Lane Bryant sizes, but guess what? That's not the same. Okay? Not the same. I'm just frustrated, like, in general. Like, maybe some of you skinny cosplayers will agree with me, who sit there and post on these forums and say, ooh, fat girl, doesn't need to be cosplaying this. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that fat girls shouldn't cosplay. Because, again, that would make me hypocritical. I am a cosplayer. But I'm saying fat girls should be smart about cosplaying. And, it bothers me. It really, really does. Sorry, my nose itches. My nose itches. Yeah. It's just, people bother me. Just people in general bother me. Alright? I work night shift at a 24-hour diner. I see these women coming in from the club that are wearing, like, they're my size or smaller, just a little smaller, wearing, like, a t-shirt. Okay? And they belted it. No. That's not okay. I'm just trying to figure out where people get this idea that that kind of stuff's okay. Like, nobody wants to see your ass when you're walking around outside. Maybe your boyfriend does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But maybe your boyfriend does. Your mama had to wipe it when you were a baby. Those are the only people who need to be seeing that kind of stuff. Alright? Not unsuspecting civilians on the street. Okay? Just take my advice. Please? Like, maybe? Just, like I said, I'm not saying don't cosplay. I'm saying be smart about it.